Hi, my name is Inder Sandhu. I am a mechanical design engineer. I worked in the United States for about 15 years, and then I decided to help animals as a second innings. And when I did that, I became an animal control officer in an effort to try and prevent cruelty to animals. A big part of cruelty prevention is humane education, where we go into schools and we talk to children about how to be nicer to animals. We had prison commutation sentences, we had ride-alongs with a man. So all that constitutes humane education, and I learned humane education from there. Uh, then I met Tina. Tina is the co-founder of the organization. She was running a shelter successfully for several years, and she's an animal advocate and takes care of animals for a very long time. Together, we started Peedu's People in 2014. The next obvious question was, what can we do where the animals need the most amount of help? First of all, location. Where do animals need the most amount of help? The obvious answer was India. Although there's a lot of infrastructure in the US that helps animals, in India we have relatively lesser infrastructure. There are some shelters, of course, but in terms of other activities like cruelty prevention and humane education, there is very little that NGOs can offer. There's very little help that the animals get in terms of humane education. In 2016, we moved to India and we started Peedu's People here as well. There's another branch that we started here. And we started working in humane education. We started small. We started going to schools and teach children about how to read a dog's body language, how they can avoid being bitten by a dog. There was a lot of misinformation about rabies. So it was a mission to try and change that and get the word out there about rabies. So we took permission from the Department of Education in Chandigarh to do 15 schools first. We did the 15 schools. Then they gave us permission for every government school in Chandigarh. And then they also gave us permission for colleges. We've also since got permission from Mohali and Panchkula. And now we're running these sessions successfully for the last 6 or 7 years. Now, we did this initially when we started in 2016 till about 2019. And that is when COVID hit. So with the advent of COVID, what we saw was since children were not going to school and people were generally staying home, the amount of cruelty that animals faced actually went up substantially. There were animals who were hungry out there and starving. And the interactions between kids and animals, since the learning from school was limited overall in itself. And the empathy started coming down substantially. So we had to go back as soon as we had an opportunity to go back in schools in a bigger, brighter, stronger way. So to nurture compassion and kindness in children and bring back that feeling of coexistence. So in humane education, what we do is we target children according to their learning abilities. So we start with the toddlers, we do storytelling with the animals. So we tell them stories, and these are not fantastic Panchatantra type stories. These are regular stories about how they can help an animal and small things that they can do make an effect. This is for nursery and KG till up to 3rd grade. From 4th grade to 7th grade, we have 2 programs that we run. One is Speaking Doggies, where they know how to read a dog's body language, how to interact with an animal, how to avoid being bitten by a dog, what is rabies and how it spreads. The other program that we run is Compassionate Citizen, where we teach them how to be kind to all animals. We also give them random acts of kindness to choose from, and we see how many acts of kindness and what type of an act are they choosing. Then towards the adult sections between 9th and 12th, we do adult doggies, kindness is cool, and we do an animal kind program where we go in back and talk to them about different species of animals and how every choice they make in their life is going to make a huge impact the way animals exist and the cruelty that they face. So those are some of the programs that we run. Post-COVID, what happened was, like I was telling you, we had to go back much stronger, much faster, much bigger to go after reversing cruelty. And we did that by getting more permissions. We got permission from Mohali and Panchkula. We also got permissions from Delhi, the MCD schools and the Delhi government. We expanded into other cities. We've expanded into Bangalore. We've expanded into Jaipur. We've collaborated with an organization in Jaipur. We're trying to expand into Lucknow, and we have a small team in Delhi. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to expand humane education everywhere so it becomes a thing. What we've done sequentially or logically is in 2022, we collaborated with PETA, and we're running a program for them In 2023, we got in touch with a company called Bo Sharpener. They do sustainable development goals in schools in Delhi. And we've collaborated with them to get into more and more schools in Delhi and become the subject matter experts for Life on Land, which is about animals. In 2024, we got a grant from India Animal Fund, and they funded us to meet a small team in Chandigarh. And the team has actually done more than 1,200 sessions in the last 1 year, and we've covered up to 75,000 kids already. So we've done a lot of sessions with a lot of children. Also has given us a little more leeway into expanding and start focusing on Delhi, where we also have a small team, and into Bangalore, Lucknow, and Jaipur. We often find ourselves asking us this, that the amount of empathy and the kindness has been consistently coming down amongst our children. But what are we doing to prevent it? So we are a part of the solution rather than keeping on talking about the problem. And in an effort to find solution, we've realized that children naturally gravitate towards animals. They are kind and empathetic when they're born. Our job is just to nurture that kindness and compassion. That's all we're doing with our program. And what we've seen is fantastic results. So we track everything. We track empathy index. There's a Toronto scale that we've used. There's kindness scale among schools. There's the level of learning. So as an engineer, I'm attuned to tracking everything. So I keep a lot of data. And we publish those reports as well. And we've seen fantastic results over the last year. And we publish those results, but what we're seeking is to grow into other cities. We haven't been able to do this ourselves. It is your money that's allowed us to do this. Your funding that allows us to go into schools and try and help them and become a part of the solution. So we really appreciate it. We're really thankful for what you've been able to provide us and the fact that we've been able to hold your hand and try and help children for a bigger cause and help the animals in the process and reduce human-animal conflict. That is what our goal was.